To WRC 88.7 FM, Elmhurst College Radio. This is Good Times Friday, and every Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. I'm your host, Jimmy Lee Sager. Very glad to be here with a bunch of great people. We're going to start off with Mr. Clint Konoff. Clint, what's up, man? How's it going, dude?
It's going pretty good. How you doing today?
I'm doing really good, thank you. We're also here with Joe Gagnapin. Sorry, am I saying that right?
spoke well, yeah.
And that's actually French for breadwinner. That's what I was told.
Yes.
That's really awesome. That is a very good name. And then we also have Mr. Brian Von Jacobs here.
Hello.
Brian, thank you very, very much for being here tonight, man.
No problem, dude.
All right, so we're here with Joe, and Joe is Joe from Art by Joseph. Mm-hmm. Joe, why don't you tell us a little bit about Art by Joseph and what exactly that is?
Approximately 10 years ago or 12 years ago, my brother made me a website, and that was the name that I came up with for the website, and that kind of became my business name, and now it's kind of become my identity in a way, in the general Fox Valley area,
okay,
where I work and show most of my stuff.
So how long have you been Joseph from Art by Joseph?
I'm sorry.
How long has Art by Joseph been active?
I think I incorporated as a business I think 2001.
Okay, cool.
So I've been doing freelance artwork pretty much my whole life,
mm-hmm.
But then I've made it like a actual business with like the county and everything
right.
10 years ago.
Very, very cool. So what is it about art that just draws you to want to draw and paint and sculpt and just create, as opposed to writing a song or making a film? What is it about about art?
Actually, it's just kind of what drawing and painting something, it's kind of like where you, as a visual artist, that's where you start and such, but it's kind of what I've been asked to do, like people, I do a lot of commission work and keep myself employed by doing freelance artwork, so that's kind of the general demand. I don't have as much training in the other forms, and I like for myself, my release is playing music or thinking about doing films and such,
mm-hmm.
Where like the art stuff is kind of more like how I make a living in some ways. But no, some stuff I do for myself,
When did you first feel that art is something, that visual art is something that you wanted to?
Since I was very young, since I was probably 3-4 years old. I was actually drawing, I wanted to be a cartoonist, like any other kind of 4-year-old, So I was drawing pictures of suns with faces on them and trees and stuff like that at a garage sale when I was 4 years old, and I was selling them. I still remember that garage sale and sitting there and seeing coins stack up on the table, and I was like, wow, I felt like I was already kind of had my calling as early as then. So it's just always been, it's been my thing since I was young, forever.
Uh-huh.
So
now, Joe, now this is our first time meeting, but I saw the pirate ship float that you made for Ananapalooza for the first time 3 years ago.
Yes.
And that is just a beautiful float. And can you tell us about how much time that took and what made you want to make it a ship and all?
Sure. What you're describing is this pickup truck. It was a 1977 Ford F-150 truck that I'd converted into. Originally, it was a Swedish Viking ship, kind of look-alike for a float for the Swedish Days Parade in Geneva. And actually, where the Ananapalooza Festival is held,
okay, they
have a vintage Viking ship there, which is kind of a coincidence. But it's like a ship that they built in Sweden and then brought. They floated all the way to Chicago for a World's Fair, in the 30s or something. But
wow.
Anyways, they housed it there. But anyways, so I had the truck turned into a Viking ship, and then I got this vision turned into a pirate ship, and then me and a bunch of friends took metal, we took trampoline pipe parts that were because they've got the curve, one of those big round trampolines, and so from the front of the truck it goes out about 7 feet, and out the back it goes 7 feet, so it's about 30 foot plus long. It looks like a pirate ship. It's got a deck, portals, masses, a crow's nest, and then we'll put ropes and flags on it,
Yeah, that's really, really awesome, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and for that first Ananapalooza festival, it was the open mic stage, so I had it all rigged up with the sails and everything, and then had all the equipment on there, and so it makes a great stage. It's I want to make like movies with it, do like funny sketches with like guys jumping from it on the cars, like they're like raiding cars like on the expressway and stuff. But that was part of the original vision for it, was like this like movie that I had in my head one day, and then I just had to start building it. So the truck was kind of, it was used as a float, but it was kind of like a vehicle in this movie idea I had. So
Yeah. Now, physically, is that the biggest piece of art that you've ever made?
Yeah,
Have
good
you made
call.
bigger?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, good call. I mean, I don't know if I've done any, like, I've done some murals, you know. I mean, like, sculpturally, it's the biggest, like, so I've painted, like, 80-foot murals before, so, yeah, but structurally, you know. I did build a bridge once out of wood. It was, like, 24 feet long, all out of wood, and it's curved. It looks like a Viking ship. And again, this is in Geneva, on the other side of town. But it acts as a bridge, but it's also like a Viking ship.
Now, we also have some other pieces of your art. For instance, this is, what is this?
This is actually a friend of mine. He built this at my studio, but it's in the style of stuff I do, using found objects and combining them. And so it's like, it looks like it's like a scorpion.
An arachnid thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like more like a spider, or it's kind of like a scorpion. It's got like a watch part here, like a pendulum, and it's got like a tail coming up, and it's got a symbol for a back piece. And the legs are like some kind of garden hoe farming thing.
Now, did you start making this knowing that this is what it was going to look like? Or were you
No, this is my students' work. You know, this is my buddy Greg built this like at my studio, like inspired by the kind of work I do.
Oh, okay.
So I just brought this because it's like smaller than the stuff. I work like monumentals, so
Right.
like I got this in the back, like on the Fox picture.
Yeah.
I use a lot of bike parts and a lot of sculptures because I like to make things move, and then on the front of that DVD there's like a robot that I made for a design firm, and it's got moving parts and lights and stuff. So,
That's
yeah, I brought my friend Brian with today, and he's really good at the end of making things light up and mechanical.
What I do.
Yeah.
Brian, why don't you tell us a bit about what it is that you do?
Well, I mean, I'm an artist also. I'm like an apprentice almost type colleague of Joe's.
I'd say he's a colleague. I mean, like when I've got a lot of big projects, and so Brian's like my right hand guy, you know, assisting me and stuff, and we play music together, and we work out of the same studio, and so
Comrades in art.
Yeah.
But most of what I do is mechanical in nature. You know, it sort of draws from my experience doing like theatrical props and sets, lighting, and also a bit of mad science kind of. You know.
Right. So, all right, Joe. Let's talk about this beautiful painting here. Why don't you tell us about what it is that inspired it, where you were emotionally when you painted this, and what exactly it represents and all.
That painting is an acrylic painting I did going on 9 to 10 years ago. It was kind of a vision I had before I had my first kid with my wife Rebecca. That's like kind of like a spiritual picture of, you know, and I actually call it creation's birth. It's more of kind of a universal kind of.
Beautiful.
It's got like kind of everything in there. It's got a woman hidden in like a volcano. That was inspired by these paintings I saw in a book in Hawaii when I stayed there. There was like all these Pele, the volcano goddess paintings, and her hair was fire or was lava. So that was kind of the initial idea, and then everything grew from there. And it's got like fire and water, and the fire. It's got like this cool, warm to cool motif through it. And yeah, I was just trying to tie everything together. It got like constellations, the moon, core of the earth. There's like a rainbow and dolphins and fish and dinosaur bones. But they're all kind of hidden. I'm kind of giving away all the secret, you know. Yeah, I kind of look at the painting and it's
bones,
all
yeah,
stuff.
So tell me this, because you talk about inspiration a lot, which is necessary in any art form. What do you draw your inspiration from?
sort of all the experiences that you have, that you will have. So
Yeah,
it's just
Like
all
your
about
your
that.
first son being born, for instance. And all
Yeah,
that.
and then I finished the painting the following year. I did when my daughter was born. So it's like life. It's try and connect with the source, whatever where they believe that to be. Like the gentleman before us, feelings, just kind of what feels good or feels right, or kind of like just this emotional. Use more emotions. Yeah, and like for me, I get like I just kind of vision pops in my head sometimes, and then I develop it with sketches and multiple drafts or revisions of it.
Mhm.
But I usually get a general feeling of the gist of what I'm going to produce, and then I just kind of work it out. So.
Yeah. And now you also painted the float that was in the Carol String Parade, right? That was representing which is a great event. July 30th and 31st at Good Templar Park in Geneva. It's $5 at the door. There is no door. It's park. It's $5. Children 12 years old and younger, they get in for free. Adults 65 and over get in for free as well. And tell us about that. Like, how did because the design for Anana is it's this like guitar with these waves of blue and yellow coming out of it and all that. How did you come to draw that? Was that just like kind of like a
That
artistic
actually
vision that you had, or
someone else developed the logo.
okay?
So I painted a banner, just reproduced their logo on it, and whoever did it did an amazing job. I haven't met that person, but so that was like a banner they used last year, and then they used that this year. But then the rest of the float, they wanted to do some marketing, like how many bands they've got playing and stuff like that. So we just had to figure out where to put that, and then we just kind of ripped on this float with like cans of spray paint, and I met someone a couple weeks earlier at an art gallery, and he actually just Facebooked me that morning saying, "Hey, would you up to it to the studio?" I'm like, and he's a graffiti artist, so I was like, I gotta contact this, come out, yeah, you wanna come help, and so actually that's how Clint and I kind of got to know each other more, is we went and picked up my friend Alex, because his car was being serviced. So anyway, so it was just a lot of fun. We were just kind of free-forming it, and Alex was funny and doing stuff, and someone had the idea of doing a daisy on part of it, so we started a daisy, and we take turns kind of developing the image, and you can kind of, I like bouncing off of other people when I do projects, because you can kind of see what area, it's easier to kind of see where something, I don't know, like you get kind of artist block or whatever,
Of course, yeah.
and we all kind of help edit and see where the light's needed or the shadow to define whatever it is.
Mhm. So you've done a lot. You said that so Art by Joseph, it became an official business in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going on. It's been 10 years then.
Mm-hmm.
And looking back on these 10 years, what are your thoughts about everything that you've made? And
I feel pretty proud. I see my pictures, and I'm still trying to get my portfolio put together to where I've got it all. What do you call it? Compiled or whatever. But it's hundreds and hundreds, because I've been doing it nonstop. And I work sometimes 7 days a week, so it's like a lot of work. But it's more like at this point, like where I'm going, and I want to do more. I like what was fun about doing the float was it was like I just kind of arrived there. I didn't know what I was coming into, and kind of had to be like a MacGyver and like deal with the situation and figure out what to do with the materials. And I kind of like to do more projects like that. And I used to paint with a band a few years ago. I like to do more performance art stuff like that.
cool.
There's just so many different directions to take, creativity. So me and Brian built this bike car last year, and it was like our co-brainchild.
It was a lot of fun.
Like we were like doing it was like we took a 74 convertible MGB car, and
Little British two-seater, just
Mhm.
tiny, it's like 60s style,
Yeah.
very streamlined and
very curvy,
European.
and had that cool
That's
look.
awesome.
And we had like paintball guns that fold out of the fenders that operate on the
Oh, nice.
buttons, and and it shot flames out the exhaust pipe and injector seat that works. And we built all this in 3 days. So we just did it so quick because it was for this like TV show pilot that nothing happened with the pilot, I guess. But
I haven't even seen the pilot.
yeah, we still have to go to Chicago and get a hold of the production company and see the footage and stuff. But I don't know, that was a lot of fun. I love theatrical stuff like that, stuff that,
Yeah, just 3 days of very little sleep and crazy costumes and
Yeah.
hamming it up for the camera and building stuff.
Yeah.
Sparks flying, high energy. It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So you've done so much in the last 10 years between 2001 and 2011. Do you have any idea of what you would like to accomplish by 2021?
wow. I'd like to get in like building earth houses, like recycled garbage, living structures, but that were made like with recycled materials. I'd like to, I don't know, I guess it all depends on what, I guess I don't put too much weight in what I think. I've always felt like there's a lot going on, and so I don't know where the world's going to be in 10 years or anything like that. So it's like, I have a hard time imagining where I'll be in 10 years. But, I guess I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I guess I always, they talk, I don't think anything bad's going to happen in 2012, but I read about that stuff like back in art school, and part of the reason why I dropped out of art school is I got all freaked out thinking the world was going to end and something big was happening, and I just, I kind of had that stuck in my head for a while, so I guess I don't think about the future as much. I'd like to travel, I'd like to do more projects worldwide, I guess I want to start marketing more and see if I can get gigs all over the world, doing stuff would be cool. Be a part of a new thing, whatever that will be, connect with the greater audience.
Well, right on, man. Joe, I get the feeling that you're going to do many, many more great things. Just looking at everything that you've made and all, and just hearing about everything that you've done in the last 10 years, and just keep it up. It's so hard to keep things going sometimes, because dreams are something that can be really hard to keep alive, in the sense that there will be people that'll be like, oh, man, this sucks. Oh, this is that. And it simply comes down to the fact that they don't get it. And talking to you, you definitely get what you're doing, and you definitely love it. And you just got to keep on keeping on, Joe.
Yep, that's what I do.
Joe Gagnon, Brian Von Jacobs, Clint Konoff. Gentlemen, thank you guys very, very much for being on.
And we'll be Joe, I think I called it Joe's Family Improv Band. We'll be playing at Nanafusa, I believe.
All right.
Yeah, because we play at the studio. We just kind of improv all play. So I think I've committed all the guys to doing our first gig there, and may do some performance art there at the festival too. And so, yeah.
Where can people reach you at?
I've got a website, artbyjoseph.com. Spelled JOSEPH. And it's got my contact info on there. I'm on Facebook under Joe Gagnon and Art by Joseph. So
Okay.
cool.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say, a lot of people worked hard on the float, in the parade and whatnot, and it was a real good time. You guys came out, everybody played together. It was
That was a great time.
It was awesome. It made my 4th of July. I didn't even
Same.
go see fireworks. That was
Same here.
awesome. And I'm still a little burnt. Looks like you're a little.
Oh yeah,
colored,
right
too.
here. I got a burn on my right
That's
right
some
shoulder
progress
from laying
tan,
up
man.
the car.
I love parades. I used to do them all the time, and I didn't book any parades this year, but I was regretting every time I jumped, but I didn't make it out for the 4th. But
Nice.
you guys must have had a blast. Yeah.
It was truly awesome, and the anonymous jalopies,
Yeah.
Lee and Dave,
And Jenny Frank and
Mike Orr.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
we're
it
there
was a
and-
great time.
Sorry, we're all like dead on sleep, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all pretty dead on sleep, but we're very, very glad to be here. So guys,
Totally.
thanks again for being on.
Thanks for having us.
Everybody out there in Radioland and everybody viewing this, you guys can check out Joe and all of his work at artbyjoseph.com. And again, that's artbyjoseph, Joseph spelled JOSEPH.com. So check them out there. And gentlemen, thank you guys very much for being on.
Thank
You'll be
you.
on again very, very soon. Whenever you guys want to come on, just come on over. And best of luck to everything. We'll talk to you guys soon, right?
Cool.
All right, guys, this
Thanks.
is WRSE, and this is Good Times Friday signing off for the night. We're all very, very tired with much needed sleep. So everybody out there, have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys same time, same place next Friday. Have a great week.
Yeah, good radio voice.
Oh, thanks, man. Sorry, I'm like.